two pizza concepts by Amazon. Are you curious about how it could transform how you do your innovation? Then stick and stay with me. I promise it'll be worth learning. Now, an innovation portfolio strategy helps balance risk and reward by allocating resources to different types of innovation, ranging from incremental improvements to radical market-changing innovation. Why is it an imperative that corporate entrepreneurs or innovation champions have an innovation portfolio strategy? So you see, when you zoom into the corporate world, companies strategically allocate their resources to a blend of projects. They have their core projects, the ones that sustain their current success. Then there's the adjacent, those that stretch the boundaries a bit, tapping into new yet related areas. And then finally, there are the big bets, right? The transformational projects that could potentially revolutionize their industry or how they do things. Now, as innovation champion, you have to adopt these strategies for yourself. By categorizing your initiatives in a similar manner, you can strategically innovate within your role, making sure you're just not making minor tweaks, but you are occasionally pushing the envelope of what can be done in your role. It's not just about diversifying, it is about strategically amplifying your impact. It's also about resource and time allocation, ensuring that you can still do your core job and have quick wins while working to bigger size transformational projects. So what I intend to do is to pick learnings from how corporates are doing innovation and adapting them to the individual corporate entrepreneur or corporate innovator. The first is the Google 70-20-10 rule. So the Google rule is that 70% of innovation must focus on the core business. 20% of that must focus on adjacent technologies or markets, and then 10% of innovation within the organization must focus on radical or disruptive technologies. What that looks like in practice is the creation of Google Maps, which is an adjacent market to the Google search, and then Google Glass, which was a radical innovation while still sustaining the core innovation of the search engine. Individuals can do the 70-20-10 with their role, where 70% of the innovations that they push are within their core role, 20% is looking at adjacent markets, and 10% is being radical and disruptive. And as promised, I'm going to talk about the Amazon 2 pizza team. So the concept is really simple. The idea is focusing on small agile teams that can be fed with 2 pizzas. So that's, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 people, depending on people's appetite. Each team operates like a small startup within the organization and is responsible for its own set of innovations. So as an individual innovator, you can bring that to your team, or you can think of your job role as a small encased innovation startup team within your organization, and then you act accordingly. Now, BMW has a different approach. BMW looks at innovation in terms of short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So for BMW, short-term will be a car model upgrade. Medium-term goal would be to focus on electric vehicles, and then the long-term goal would be self-driving vehicles. The idea then for corporate innovator is then to break down your initiatives or your innovation initiatives into immediate, medium-term, and long-term as your approach of creating your portfolio. At this point, I hear it a lot. Innovation seems tiring and a lot of hard work. Well, if I enjoyed a post-it note, you have to understand that it came from an internal employee's passion project. Now, 3M, the company that the post-it note came from, encourages its employees to use 15% of their time on innovation projects. And an individual corporate entrepreneur could adopt that, assigning 15% of their time daily to work on innovation projects. In that way, it becomes a habit and a culture. And then there is Coca-Cola's approach, which is basically creating internal innovation teams or a venture vehicle. And that's a little harder to do as an individual corporate entrepreneur. We could do the work in making the case. There are a number of companies that are doing this. Coca-Cola does it, Standard Chartered, Old Mutual, they all have internal venture vehicles. If you think this is something that your organization should do, then it's about building a case and making a point to the board about making it happen. Listen, an innovation portfolio strategy helps you to ensure that you can do your core job while balancing the risk and reward or bringing innovation into your work. And that's important because you don't want to where you are focused too much on innovation and not on your core job. With a personal innovation portfolio, you can harness the power of structured innovation right within your role. Here's my challenge to you this week. In the next week, write down 3 innovative ideas. 1 core, 1 adjacent, and 1 transformational. And take those ideas and discuss them in-house and see where it takes you. You never know, you might be ready to start your innovation journey. Listen, I will be talking about corporate entrepreneurship and innovation over the next quarter. So come back here next week for more of this. Thank you for listening.